Good morning, race fans. Welcome to the NASCAR Report. I'm your host, Tyler White. Thanks for joining us today as we get you ready for the race weekend. But first, let's start you off with a look at today's top stories. NASCAR Vice President Robin Pemberton has announced some rule changes that will be in response to the on-track tragedy that happened last week at the Canandaigua Motorsports Park. Drivers must stay in their cars and wait until a safety worker instructs them to get out of the car unless there's a fire. And they cannot walk on track while cars are in motion. They will have to walk to the ambulance for the mandatory ride to the infield care center. No word yet on what the penalties will be. Now, I agree with this call. It's a great rule by NASCAR because they're trying to make the drivers a little bit more safer. Now, there's still going to be some fights, but I think those fights will be in the pits or in the garage area, which is where they should be. And we've seen a lot of good fights over the years in the pits and the garage area. Now, I say if a driver does not follow by these rules, I say they should be fined $100,000 and be suspended for 3 races. Because when they go on track to confront a driver, they're putting their own lives in danger. And if you're going to put your own life in danger, you should deserve a big penalty, which means a big fine and suspension. So that's my opinion on that. And of course, Tony Stewart will not be racing this weekend. Instead, Jeff Burton will drive the number 14 car. So our prayers are with Tony Stewart. Tony, our prayers are with you, and we hope that you return to the track sometime soon. Moving on to our next top story. 3M will not sponsor Greg Biffle in 2015 due to his poor performance in 2014. Instead, they will go over to sponsor Jeff Gordon. 3M has signed a 3-year contract with Hendrick Motorsports that will expire in 2017. 3M will join Drive Den Hunger, Exalta, Pisonic, and Pepsi as the 5 sponsors for Jeff Gordon in 2015. Now, with 3M signing that contract with Hendrick Motorsports, this definitely guarantees that Jeff Gordon will be racing for at least 3 more years. My bold prediction is Jeff Gordon will retire at the end of the 2017 season, which will mark his 25th season in NASCAR. And I predict Chase Elliott will drive the number 5 car in 2016. I don't expect Casey Kane to be there for a long time due to his poor performance. So either Casey Kane will leave Hendrick Motorsports or Hendrick Motorsports will give him the boot, whichever comes first. And Chase Elliott will drive the number 5 car in 2016. And Jeff Gordon will stay in the number 24 car until the end of 2017. Then he will retire. And then I think Regan Smith will drive the number 24 Chevrolet whenever Jeff Gordon decides to retire. Alright, folks, let's get you ready for the race weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, we have doubleheader Saturday for you tomorrow. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is at Michigan. For the Career for Veterans 200 on Fox Sports 1, coverage begins at noon Eastern Time with the setup, which will also be 11 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, you can go on and say Kyle Busch is the favorite to win because he's won all 5 of the truck races he's been in. But I'm going to respectfully disagree with you because at Michigan, majority of the truck regulars have won this race. The only 2 Cup regulars that have won at Michigan in the Truck Series was Eric Almirola in 2010 and Kevin Harvick in 2011. So my bold prediction is Kyle Busch's winning streak in the Truck Series will end and a truck regular will win tomorrow. And while the truck race is going on, the NASCAR Nationwide Series will be doing some road course racing at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course with the Nationwide Children's Hospital 200 on ESPN. Coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:30 p.m. Central Time, 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, Brendan Gaughan won at Road America, and my bold prediction is he will win again tomorrow. He's very good when it comes to road courses. So 2 good races for you tomorrow. If you don't like the road courses, you can watch the truck race. If you don't like the Truck Series, you can go watch the Nationwide race. Or if you like both, you can watch both races. Just flip through channels during the commercial break. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow. And Sunday, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series returns to Michigan for the Pure Michigan 400 on ESPN. Coverage begins with NASCAR Countdown at noon Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time and 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Expect Dale Earnhardt Jr. to have a good run. He's a 2-time winner at Michigan. Expect Kevin Harvick to have a good run. He won the August race in 2010. Expect Carl Edwards to have a good run. He also is a 2-time winner at Michigan. Expect Kyle Busch to have a good run. He won this race back in 2011. Another 2-time winner, Kurt Busch. Expect him to have a good run here. Expect Denny Hamlin to have a good run. He also is a 2-time winner here. Expect Jeff Gordon to have a good run. He's a 3-time winner here. Expect Jimmy Johnson to have a good run. He won here in June. And expect Matt Kenseth to have a good run. He also is a 2-time winner at Michigan. Our most memorable moment happened last year in the August race. Mark Martin was in position to break a winless streak that dates back to New Hampshire, September 2009. However, Mark Martin ran out of gas. Joey Logano got by him to get his first win for Team Penske and his 3rd career victory. Now, I think going from Joe Gibbs to Team Penske is really what saved Joey Logano's career in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Even though he's had a lot of success in the Nationwide Series with Joe Gibbs, he's not had a lot of success in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series with Joe Gibbs Racing. So, a great idea to go to Penske Racing. Not only did he win last year's race at Michigan, but he's won 2 races this year with Team Penske. He won at Texas and won again at Richmond. And I also expect him to have a good run tomorrow. Alright, let's take a look at the weather forecasts for this weekend. Since they're at a different track this week, we will begin today with the nationwide forecast, courtesy of ABC 6 in Columbus. And it's looking beautiful. Lots of sunshine and a high of 83. A beautiful American day to watch the NASCAR Nationwide Series race. So if you're heading out to the Nationwide race tomorrow, we hope you have a great time and you'll want to come back if they come back again next year. And a look at the Michigan forecast, courtesy of Fox 2 in Detroit. Saturday, a 30% chance of rain, a high of 81, so only a slight chance. I would not be too concerned about it. And another slight chance on Sunday of 40% and a high of 76. So just slight chances of rain, so don't worry about it too much. Still should be looking nice. And if you're heading out to the races this weekend in Michigan, we hope you have a great time and you'll want to come back when they come back there again in June of 2015. And one more thing before we go off the air. Sunday will mark 1 year since Speed Channel has been taken off the air for Fox Sports 1. It's been 1 year already, and Fox Sports 1 has been the biggest disappointment to all NASCAR fans. Let's take a look at their coverage ever since Fox Sports 1 began last year. We start off with a show that's canceled now, Crowd Goes Wild. Apparently, they said Kurt Busch won at Atlanta, but that's wrong. Kyle Busch was the winner at Atlanta. As Alex Trebek would say, I'm sorry, that is wrong with the correct response. Who is Kyle Busch? And dun, 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 dun. Another thing I was disappointed about with Fox Sports 1. The coverage of the truck race at Phoenix last fall. A college basketball game will go into overtime. They say, truck race coming up next. Wrong! They decided to air overtime of the basketball game instead of moving it to Fox Sports 2, and the Truck Series coverage doesn't begin until lap 35 of the race. That's disappointing, folks. Also, with shows that were on Speed that made the move to Fox Sports 1, NASCAR Live, NASCAR Race Day, NASCAR Victory Lane. When Speed Channel was on the air, those shows were taped at the track on the speed stage in front of a live audience. Now with Fox Sports 1, they're taped at the studios in Charlotte. They're taking the fun away from NASCAR. That's what Fox Sports 1 is trying to do. So, in my opinion, it's been 1 year. Fox Sports 1, you've been terrible at covering NASCAR. Speed Channel definitely deserved a little bit more time. And I understand they wanted to compete with ESPN, but still, they should have kept Speed Channel. And in my opinion, we should have our very own network, just like the NFL does with the NFL Network, NBA, MLB, and NHL. It's time for the NASCAR Network to make its debut on air. Alright, that's our show today. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Tyler White. We're going to be back here on Monday to recap the weekend in racing. We'll take a look at the point stand. Plus, we'll get you ready for the truck race at Bristol. Show you what you can expect. Plus, we'll have a weather report from NBC affiliate WBIR Channel 10. In Knoxville. Until then, this is Tyler White reminding you for you to do unto others as you would have them do to you. We'll see you next time on the NASCAR Report, everybody. Have a great day!